What's up everybody, John here with Motivation Theory Running, and today I'm going to be answering a question I get quite often. How long should your running shoes last? Today I'm going to be retiring this Wave Inspire 16, just came out in January. It has 341 miles, 341.4 miles. I track it on Strava, so if you're not tracking your mileage on your shoes, you should be doing that. Strava has a great way of doing that, free. Because there are many factors, because humans have so many different factors, there's things like your body weight, your height, your foot strike, your gait, the trains you're running on, the type of running you're doing. Is it a lot of speed work on the roads? Is it a lot of speed work on the track? Is it treadmill? Is it trail? The type of running is what's going to have the most effect. So me, currently, I'm 212 pounds. I've been as heavy as 240. I'm usually around 190. I typically will only get about 300 to 350 miles out of the Wave Inspire. I've been running in them since the 8, and that is just the standard. So when determining whether or not you're going to retire your shoe, you're going to have to look at a couple things. Let's take, for instance, this shoe right here. You can see in that foam right there that there's wrinkles happening. They're starting to get wrinkled. You can see it in the front. I don't know if you can see it there. All the way down, you can start to see where it's starting to get crushed out. Actually, you can see it really well in the back. See those creases? That's telling us a couple things. That the foam is starting to break down, which could cause a lot of different things. Injury, obviously, it's going to be making the shoe not perform as well as when you bought it. And because you're getting slowly used to that, you don't really notice it. One of the things I can tell when I start to really crush a shoe out is I'll start having little injuries. Things like my hip will hurt or my foot will hurt. And I can usually go and check the mileage and go, okay, I'm probably around a 300 mile. I can start looking at the foam. The foam is breaking down. If you're not as efficient, you could be hitting with your back heel, wearing out this part, wearing out this part. Again, if you're hitting up here, you're gonna wear that out. And depending on the outsole, it could wear out a lot quicker. You need to keep an eye on first on the tread. The tread will be the first thing. It's pretty dangerous to be running outside in the streets when it's raining or wet, and sandy leaves and things like that can cause you to slip and fall. So some of the things you need to consider when retiring a shoe, and this is going to help you because this is what I think everybody wants to get down to. I would suggest that you look for the telltale signs of the foam being crushed out. Look at the upper, look at the flex, do the flex test, how well these things will hold up. Actually, let me show you. I got a brand new Wave Inspire here. You can do things like when you buy a new pair. So here's a new pair, new Wave Inspire. Let me take see how stiff that is? It's a brand new pair of Wave Inspires right there. These are the ones with all the miles on them, 340. See that test? They're getting a lot more flexible than these. These are a lot stiffer. But you can see there's some wear there. There's a lot of wear on that outsole. First, you're gonna feel that it's not as responsive or cushiony as it once was. Things like the outsole getting worn out or the midsole and the foam getting crushed out, you can see that stuff, and that's why that's happening. The upper, if you purchased a properly fitting shoe, is probably not going to wear out a ton unless you're running with a road shoe out on the trails and you're just kind of tearing it up with the rocks. This one held together pretty well with kind of running in a mix of terrain between trails, streets, and treadmill. But I can tell when I put this shoe on now that it is crushed out. It's only, and again, if you go by time, not always. This one I got at the end of January. Here we are in May, mid-May, and the shoe's done. This will be my walking around shoe now. One of the telltale signs for me when a shoe is starting to get crushed out and I shouldn't be running it anymore is I will have little nagging injuries. My foot will hurt, my knee will hurt, my hip will hurt. And I can 9 times out of 10 tell that it's because of the shoe being crushed out. And then I will buy another shoe and I'll put it on and everything will be fine. That's what caused me to start buying 2 and 3 pairs of the same shoe if you can afford it. And that's why I always say, buy the previous year, find a shoe you love, buy the previous year, and buy multiples because they'll run out pretty soon. And then once they start getting low inventory, the prices go up. So if you find a shoe you like and it is going to be your daily trainer, I would suggest you buy multiple of them because it will make the shoe last longer. When you run a lot of long runs, especially when you're running ultra marathons and training for them, you shouldn't be running those long runs every single day in the same pair. You should be rotating those because this foam does get crushed out. It will compress and it does take 24 plus hours for it to completely go back. And again, that depends on your weight. I'm a large runner, so this is an account of my experience through this. So if you're 120 pounds and you're an efficient runner, you could probably get 500 miles out of your shoes. If you're almost 6'1", 230, 215, 200 pounds, or 240, whatever it may be, large runner, you're going to crush shoes out a lot quicker than your lighter counterparts that are more efficient. Not that you can't be efficient if you're heavier, but you know what I'm saying. So how efficient you are as a runner, your foot strike, the terrain, your weight, all of those things are going to be factors on how long your shoes should last. So getting down to numbers, typically it will be between 300 and 500 miles. There is always the outliers of everyone screaming that I got a shoe that's lasted 1,000. Well, I do too. I have shoes that are here that walking, I've probably put 1,000 on them, but I no longer run in them. I think it's probably smart and best practice to look at your shoes between that 300 and 500 mark to really start to consider things like you're seeing crushed out soles, it not performing the way that it once did. And you don't want to be injured because you neglected to check on your shoes or really understand that you're now running in shoes that are no longer performing or protecting you like they once did. When it comes to the life of your shoe, there's things you can do to extend it. Again, like rotating your shoes, watching the terrain you run on. I can tell you, as somebody who runs in a lot of different shoes, you can absolutely feel the difference when you put on a new shoe that's providing the protection that a shoe should be. And that's why we have running shoes, is to protect ourselves. It's the tires for us. We need to keep good tires on our feet, protect our joints, ankles, body, all of that. We want to keep running. We don't want to lose out on running because we're not taking care of our body by providing it proper shoes. All right, everybody, I'm going to forward you along to the reviews of the Wave Inspire, the Horizon, which will be coming out soon, the Hokas, the Inda, whatever you want to see. I'm going to give you the playlist right here so that you can watch that. And I'm also going to give you the playlist on how to start running, how to lose weight, start running, giving you some tips and tricks. I'm going to leave that right here. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.